All right, we are live. Welcome to Friday 15. Toby, how's that internet?
Oh, it's back. It's back. Back like it never left. Fixed it. Happy.
All right. Well, we're gonna see. By the way, fixed. Toby told us earlier that he wanted all the credit for fixing this, acting like he did some serious network diagnostics. Turns out you rebooted the router.
Reset.
Reset the router. Good. So if this doesn't work at Detroit Labs, you have a network administration job waiting for you somewhere else. That's fantastic to know. Dave is in a quaint little dungeon right now, which is really lovely. With the weather outside here in Detroit, it's going a little in and out of rain and darkness, so lighting might become an issue. We'll see. But Dave has embraced the dark and nailed it. Okay, today is the pizza topping bracket. So we've done snacks, we've done ice cream. I feel like we've done one more. Cereal. Thank you. So pizza toppings, I mean, it's maybe the most beloved food ever. Toby, you a fan?
Average fan. I don't.
What does average fan mean?
I know it's great pizza, but if you give me, I wouldn't say no.
Okay, that's encouraging. Everyone really is excited about that. That's great. So Toby is an average fan. That's fantastic. Dave and I are pretty big fans, I think. We debated ordering before the show, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't come together.
I love pizza. Spent a lot of years in the pizza industry, eating local pizza, grabbing pizza when I'm out, across the country, across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Love pizza.
What does being in the pizza industry mean?
Oh gosh, so spent 7 years in my high school and college days at a pizza chain, making pizzas, but eating lots of pizza.
So Mary Beth already chimed in wondering if vanilla is going to win again.
Absolutely.
Yes, Mary Beth, vanilla is always a winner. No matter what bracket we're on, vanilla is a winner. Thank you.
We're just working for second place right now.
Right. All right. So before we get into this, we've got some people backstage ready to weigh in. I first have to mention there is a Toby Buck on the line today. Toby did not know that we had one ready to go. I believe one already goes to Orchid, with the only stipulation that Toby will not be playing live music on air, which we understand. But that just means you have to get even more creative with your Toby Buck. So Toby hates pickles. I'm just going to leave it there. So we'll bring the Toby Buck down. All right. That was fun. Oh, it's not Labs Live. Let's bring up Friday 15. There we go. A lot of different things going on here. All right. I'm going to bring up the bracket. Here it is. 16 toppings.
Oh.
And to make sure Will's not upset about this, they are not ranked, Will. So because we just didn't. But Dave, let's zoom in and let's highlight each one as we scroll through. And Dave did a lot of research trying to understand the most popular pizza toppings out there to make sure that we just didn't create these top of our head here. So we've got first bracket is pepperoni versus salami. Very similar. One a little spicier than the other. That's great. We've got pineapple versus green pepper. So pineapple probably the most controversial. Green pepper probably the least amount of flavor. Then we've got bacon versus spinach. So we've got a little bit of salty savory versus earth. So that's great. Then we've got black olive versus sausage. This one's interesting. Both a little on the salty side, maybe sausage a little on the spicy side. I suppose it depends on how you like it. Then we've got onion versus jalapeno. One will make you cry from cutting. The other one will make you cry from spice. Either way, this is going to be great. Then we've got fresh mozzarella versus more cheese. Dave, you want to go on? Maybe we understand what that means?
Fresh mozzarella is, the big slices of fresh mozzarella. And then more cheese is just like
more cheese.
Like I was saying before the show, this is not me, but some people just like to pile on that cheese as if it's another topping. So I put this one in here for them.
Okay. All right. Then we've got ham versus anchovy. A little bit of, one might call this surf and turf. Then we've got I think this is the last one, right, Dave? We've got
the last matchup.
We've got fried egg, maybe a new favorite of several people. I personally love that. I know you're a big fan. Toby, have you had fried egg on a pizza?
Not yet.
Okay, you haven't lived. And then we've got mushroom, which I would argue is maybe the classic one right behind pepperoni. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's how I was raised. Either way. All right, let's zoom back out. Let's get into the first bracket. There we go. It's pepperoni versus salami. And I think what we're going to do is we have somebody ready to go that's quite festive and is wearing something that accurately depicts a pepperoni pizza. So, Elise, welcome. Go ahead and go off mute. And we have pepperoni versus salami. You're wearing a pepperoni pizza outfit. Does that mean you're leaning one way or the other?
100% Dan Ward. It means that I'm leaning towards pepperoni and have been my whole life.
There it is. Pepperoni beats out salami.
It should.
I have to say, I'm not surprised by that. Dave,
No, pepperoni has a little spice that adds something. I feel like the salami with cheese sometimes ends up being too fatty, and there's not a spice or any acidity to cut through the fat.
Well, and at the end of the day, this is a pizza, not a deli sandwich. So on to the next one. We have pineapple versus green pepper. I specifically did not let Will McDowell come in and weigh in on this because his bias was posted in the room beforehand, so he doesn't get to weigh in on this. Pineapple versus green pepper. Controversy.
Ruined this.
So this is so controversial, and I feel like I have emotional feelings about both of these. I appreciate the fact that green pepper adds a not too strange vegetal taste to a pizza. I also enjoy the salty sweet combination. I think, again, it adds the acidity that cuts through the cheese. So I'm going to go ahead, and I can't see Will, so I know he's going to freak out about this, but I'm going to go ahead and say pineapple.
All right. Toby is very pleased. He is a big pineapple pizza fan. Toby, you said that Hawaiian pizza became your first pizza love, correct?
Yeah, I used to when I moved to the States, I did not like pizza. I just thought it was kind of overrated till I had pizza, which had pineapple in it. And then I started liking pizza because pineapple topping. So that's my gateway pizza right there.
There it is. All right. Elise, since you are festive, we're going to give you one more pick. We've got bacon versus spinach. I feel like this is a slam dunk one, but you never quite know. What's it going to be?
God. Okay. I mean, bacon.
There it is.
I like bacon. Bacon.
Who doesn't? It was a slam dunk. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're eating pizza, you're not taking veggies.
All right. Elise, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your costume. We hope you wear it the entire time. All right. Will is losing his...
We're bringing Will in?
No, we're not bringing him on. He's just really upset about pineapple right now. All right. What do we got? We got black olive versus sausage. Who am I going to bring on? Chrissy, welcome. You have to pick between black olive and sausage. They're kind of similar because they're both a little bit on the salty side.
They are. So I love olives on pizza, but I'm more of a green olive on pizza person because I find the black olives are usually kind of mushy. So for that reason, I'm team sausage.
All right. I have to agree. When we were putting this together, I told Dave to put green olives in there.
I blew it.
And he very much did not want to do that. And also, a little note, outside my office right now is a 5-year-old that is really passionate about the more cheese on the pizza. So I'd bring him on, but that's not going to happen. So on to the next one. We've got onion versus jalapeno. This isn't controversial. I have a feeling what's going to move on, but I'm curious. Let's go.
Whew, okay. This one is tough. I just love both of these so much. I'm going to have to go with onion for this one.
Whoa. Okay. I did not think onion would move forward. I know a lot of people like onion, but I don't think you've lived until you've had jalapeno on pizza.
It is really good, but what we have going with our pizza bracket right now, it's too spicy, and we need to tame it down just a little bit. You don't want that, you eat something spicy and then the sides of your mouth are burning for 3 days. So you don't want that. But jalapenos are superior in every other instance.
All right. I do appreciate you taking in the full breadth of the bracket before making that decision. So, all right. How many do we have left in the first round here, Dave?
Got 3.
We've got 3 left. Let me figure out who. All right, Chrissy, we're going to move you backstage after only 2. Sorry, you didn't have a pizza costume on. Otherwise, you probably would have gotten another one. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. We've always got one person that is always here, well, relatively early, but I'm going to bring him in early this time instead of waiting until the end. Kyle, how are you?
What's up, everybody?
All right, you get to weigh in on this one, fresh mozzarella versus more cheese. Dave says they're very different. One might argue they're not, but let's see what you're thinking here.
I also like how Dave says mozzarella. If you don't mind, Dave.
Good, Dave.
What? Wait, what? Say it again.
Mozzarella. Go ahead.
Mozzarella.
There it is. Very official.
By the way, I should point out when I picture fresh mozzarella on a pizza, it's like used very sparingly. So there's like more of a balance of sauce and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
When I think more cheese, that's where you can stretch that whole slice out.
One might call it extra cheese, but Kyle, I know you like how he says mozzarella. That's because Dave has been in the pizza industry. I think we covered that up front. Only Dave knows because he's been in the industry. All right, Kyle, what is it going to be? Fresh mozzarella versus more cheese.
I did have one more question with the mozzarella. Is fresh implying that it's not cooked, like it just gets laid on there? Or
no, I still heat it up.
Okay, got you.
And that's the last question you're allowed before you pick a thing here. We're going to cut you off at 40 questions. What's it going to be? Fresh mozzarella versus more cheese?
I'm going with more cheese because if you get it to the point where it's on the edges of the crust, that is Jets, Buddies, all of their game is the cheese on the crust.
All right. Hey, Kyle, by the way, you just had a big fan outside my door that yelled, "Yes, Kyle." So
that's my buddy right there. I know.
Yep. He's excited. All right. We'll give you one more. We've got surf and turf. We've got ham versus that little fish that's salty but adds a little something to pizza and maybe a little controversial. What's it going to be, Kyle?
I got to shout out to my dad and do ham. My dad's a big advocate of ham on pizza.
All right. I gotta admit, I kind of thought that would be the case.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna move you backstage, Kyle.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining
us
Kyle. Again. All right. All right. We've got fried egg versus mushroom. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really controversial. Will is begging to come on right now. I don't know. Do we want to bring him on now, or we'll bring him on now and get that out of the way, and then we'll bring other folks on later to help pick the champions here.
I kind of want to bring Will on and just mute him, not allow him to talk, but watch his reactions to all of this.
I want to bring Kyle's mom on at some point. This is fantastic.
No one knows
Kyle better than Kyle's mom.
Go Blue.
Fantastic.
Yes. Love it.
All right. Let's bring on Will against our better.
Begging is a very strong word. I'm excited to participate.
All right. Will, fried egg versus mushroom. We're all dying to know your answer.
I'm very fond of eggs. They're the only thing I know how to cook in quarantine. And shout out to the Supino's Bismarck pizza. But mushrooms the number one topping in all of pizza toppings, so they should move forward.
All right, mushrooms is moving forward. I gotta say, I agree with you on this, Will. I never thought that would be the case.
It happens from time to time.
Yep. And we're gonna give a little shout out again to Kyle's mom. Thanks, Kyle's mom, and Kyle wanted to say hi to you. All right. Now, let's go. We're going to give you – we're on to the second round, Will, and we're going to give you a pick on the second round.
All right.
And before you do that, we're moving you out of the stream because I know what you're going to pick. And then I'm going to bring in somebody else. Stay tight, Will. We'll bring you back. Don't worry. I'm going to bring in Lauren, and Lauren's going to get an opportunity to pick pepperoni versus pineapple. Like I said before, Will has already told us he does not like pineapple. And by admitting that, we have to move him back, and we'll bring him back after a couple picks. So, Lauren, what's it going to be? Pepperoni, the classic, versus pineapple, the most controversial?
This is no contest. Pepperoni.
Oh,
pineapple is disgusting and shouldn't be in anything.
Wow. Kelsey's shaking her head backstage, and I now wish I'd have brought Kelsey on. But that is okay because pepperoni is a classic.
Sorry, it's a basic topic, but it's a classic. It works.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can understand and appreciate that. All right. Let's see. Should we give Lauren one more? One more. All right.
Let's do one more.
We got bacon versus sausage. The meat eaters paradise pizza. What's it going to be?
This one's a little tougher. I love bacon. I love sausage. But, my favorite pizza in the world, the classic that I get almost every time I order a Jets, is green olives, bacon.
Oh, all right.
Bacon.
That's a good combo, especially for Jets.
Get a little bit of crispy on there.
Yeah, that's a strong combo. All right, Lauren, thank you so much for joining us. Great picks. Will's happy, even though, we moved him back. All right, we're moving you back. Thanks, Lauren.
It's a tough matchup there. Pepperoni versus bacon?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. All right, I'm going to bring in Kelsey. Kelsey, welcome.
Hello.
You get the interesting one of onion versus more cheese.
Yes, this is an interesting one. I think, yeah, I think I'm going to go with more cheese.
Ooh, okay, all right. What was that?
I was going to say, I feel like onion, you kind of need something else sometimes with it too. So
that's a good way of putting it. I feel like onions by themselves are overpowering and may lead to the worst breath ever after you've had pizza and onions, just onions, nothing to counterbalance it. So it's a good choice. And also, we have another strong fan outside my door about the more cheese. So that's great. All right. We've got ham and mushroom, or not ham and mushroom, although that does sound delicious. Ham versus mushroom. What do you got?
I'm not always a fan of having meat on pizza, so I'm actually going to go with mushroom.
All right. It's another classic. Wow, this is, so of all of our other brackets, of the cereal one, of the snacks, of the ice cream to a point, the standards, right? The pepperoni and the mushroom. I would call those the two classics. Maybe even bacon add to the third classic with extra cheese. Like these are classics are making it through. We did not see that with snacks or cereal. And I'm kind of surprised by that. Toby, you're shaking your head. What are your thoughts here?
It looks good. I'm still a little bit bummed by the pineapple business, but
yeah,
pepperoni is a classic, but sometimes just pepperoni alone is like little cups of grease and cardboard. But I get it.
Little cups of grease and cardboard. I like that, Toby. You are a culinary master, and I appreciate that description. All right, Kelsey, we're going to move you backstage. We appreciate you joining us. All right, here's what we got. We've got two more people backstage. We have one you've already heard from. We have one that is a self-described foodie, and we learned about all the pizza that she loves before we went on the air. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring Will back in to make one more decision, and then Aaron's going to come back in, decide who is in the finals, and then decide the champion. How's that sound, Toby?
Sounds great. I like
Toby, I'm wondering, you keep going on mute. Is there a reason for that? Are you concerned? Is there some heavy breathing? Are you just really excited about this bracket?
There is a reason. For some reason, like the maintenance crew thinks this is the perfect time to do live thing. And that's why. All right.
I appreciate that. We've got, last time we had internet issues. This time we have maintenance issues. I always appreciate what you've got going on over there.
Tune in next week.
Well, we'll say, next week, Toby has a new microphone. It's USB, so somehow he couldn't get that set up today, but it will be set up next time, and you will have some fancy audio, correct?
That means I have to do it this weekend.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's not going to happen. All right. Who do we have next? We're going to bring in Will. Will, welcome back. I always appreciate that you hang out for us and get always be.
I got no other work to do, so I'm good.
That's concerning. All right.
I didn't know Erin was on the call, though. She's got lots of foodie credentials. That's
why she gets to pick the finals. She gets to pick the
She deserves it. And
All right.
you know, I'm pulling for mushrooms, but in this bracket, I gotta choose pepperoni. Especially the old world pepperonis they cup up and you've got the pools of grease. I will swim in those pools. They're so tasty.
Ooh.
So
will,
good.
Toby will not be your lifeguard. He is upset with that. He does not like the grease in the pools of pepperoni.
So good.
All right. Well,
good luck, mushrooms. Good luck.
All right, we're
rooting
moving
for
back
you.
page. Okay, so we almost have the finals. We've got in the other semifinal bracket, we've got extra cheese / more cheese. That's how Dave describes it. Versus mushroom. Again, 2 classics, and that's really exciting. So we're gonna bring on Aaron. Aaron, welcome. You as a foodie, I'm gonna wait till you. Good. You as a foodie get to help pick the finals of the pizza bracket. So, which topping is going to go to the finals to take on pepperoni? Is it more cheese or mushroom?
Well, first I want to say that's kind of a backhanded compliment because all of the foodie-esque toppings that I would have picked lost. This is like a very basic set of toppings.
So let me ask this then. Where do you stand on pineapple?
I'm pro pineapple.
Thank you. That is the right. Yes.
Foodie right there.
Yeah. I'm for sure pro pineapple. I'm pro pineapple. I'm pro clams. I'm pro artichoke. I'm pro honey. I'm pro burrata. I'm pro blue cheese. I'm pro roasted garlic. Pesto. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. And the possibilities of this list, this final bracket, they're not great for me. But it depends on how are we going to interpret more cheese? Are we going to interpret it as extra basic cheese, or are we interpreting it as burrata, blue cheese, feta? What are we talking about?
Dave, you want to comment on that? This is your choice here. What is it going to be?
Well, I like to leave some of this open to interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me, I would think it would just be more mozzarella.
Yeah.
You know, getting that big stretch of cheese, thick layer of cheese, way more than sauce. The kind that makes you choke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sounds really appetizing.
And again, are the mushrooms, are the mushrooms your white button mushrooms? Or are we talking about maitakes, morels?
I don't know any of those. So I think what it's going to boil down to. Well, I guess Dave can comment, of course, but I think the essence of this is that it's up to you. It's your interpretation of more cheese and your interpretation of mushroom. But what I do ask, if you're going to move one through, please tell us your interpretation of that.
Okay. I'm actually going to go back to my roots before I knew better in terms of pizza. And my go-to pizza would definitely be a mushroom pizza and not an extra cheese pizza. You need that mushroom to provide, just the illusion that you're maybe eating something marginally healthy because it's sort of a vegetable, but not really. Does mushroom have any nutritional value? Probably not. I mean, it's a fungus. But I think we need to go with mushroom here because it's delicious, even if it's a white button mushroom. I mean, I always loved a good mushroom and green pepper pizza. That was a good solid Domino's or Little Caesar's choice.
All right, well, let's move mushroom on.
Yeah, mushroom goes forward.
That is fantastic. Now, I have to say, so we've got pepperoni versus mushroom. I'm very surprised by this, considering all the other brackets we've ever had. I mean, really, these are the 2 most basic toppings ever.
So basic.
Toby, do you enjoy mushrooms on your pizza?
More than pepperoni, yeah. Average enjoyment.
Average enjoyment. Does it coincide with your average enjoyment of pizza?
Average enjoyment of pizza is over my excitement for mushroom. Like if you offer me a mushroom pizza, I might not eat it.
Oh, okay. All right. Aaron, just so you know, Chrissy's very, very happy with your choice. So very passionate about mushrooms. That's fantastic. All right. Before we get into this, though, I have to say, just so you know, on the line right now is a Toby Buck. He did not okay this, but if one of these win, you get a Toby Buck. And really what that means is absolutely nothing because we selected you to pick the last one. So if one of them wins, you get a Toby Buck and you can decide what Toby will do on air because that's what he's promised us. Right, Toby?
That is correct. That's correct.
All right. Aaron, what's it going to be? Pepperoni versus mushroom.
Well, I started out in our little side conversation before all this saying that I hate pepperoni. And that holds. So I'm going to have to go with mushroom. Again, move it on through.
Mushroom as the champion. That is fantastic. By the way, Dave, don't you think this tool should have mushroom move on to the thing?
Yes.
That's like a very big omission. I mean, we could give it a whole trophy. We could highlight it, but I don't know. Maybe just zoom in on mushroom there, Dave. Like that. That'll have to be.
Yeah.
That'll have to be how we.
The 2 seed against the 1 seed in the final.
Well, Toby, we already said that no seeds matter in this. We brought that up early on.
Looks like they're seeded.
Although, yeah, we have. There's an audience here behind my door and yelling, "That is the worst choice." Oh, by the way, Toby, Diana says you need to eat a pickle on air.
Mm-hmm.
I think this could be strong. I think you messed up on the Toby Buck. You probably should have just played us a tune. Ultimately, it would have been simpler. But now we're going to see what happens. So now Orchid has a Toby Buck and Aaron has a Toby Buck. So let's get those Toby banks going. We'll cash them at some point. We won't be mean, Toby. We won't be mean. We'll be nice about it. We'll create some sort of a filter. Kyle, that sounds terrible. Your pizza would overflow with weight, but thank you. Now,
it's bold though. That's great.
Yeah, bold. That's one way of looking at it. Okay, Toby, Dave, anything we want to add here?
Go out and get a pizza tonight.
Oh, I have one. Aaron, would you, since you know a lot about pizza,
yes,
what has been the best pizza you've had this year?
It was actually this week, and I was also talking about this earlier, but it was a pistachio pesto pizza with burrata and lemon confit.
Whoa, that's next level.
Mm-hmm.
That where does one get? So Dave's in the pizza industry. Can you let him know where one gets something like that?
One can get that particular pizza at any Bigalora location in the Detroit metro area.
Now, when you buy that, is that already prepared? As if I ordered it from like a Hungry Howie's, for instance?
That one is already prepared. Yes.
Okay. All right.
They may not slice it for you. You might have to ask them to slice it if you don't want to slice it yourself.
Okay.
That's one of their little gimmicks.
Interesting. All right. That's fantastic. That pizza sounds amazing. That pizza sounds far better than just a plain mushroom pizza, but doesn't matter. This is the champion. Mushroom wins. Toby Buck earned. We are excited. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, joining us today, Friday 15. Stay tuned to figure out what the bracket's going to be next week. We don't know. Also, Friday 15, the 15 really doesn't mean much anymore since we just went 30. So maybe it's Friday 15 times 2, and we might just go with that as the new name for it. But doesn't really matter. Go to our social channels, follow us. Then you'll get notified for when we stream again on YouTube. You can subscribe, bell icon to get notified. On LinkedIn, just follow us, and then you'll get a little pop-up when we go live. Hopefully, at some point, LinkedIn will have the ability to schedule these things ahead of time. And also go to DetroitLabs.com/live. You'll see all of our content on there from all of our previous streams. Anything else to add, Toby or Dave, before we sign off?
Enjoy your pizzas this weekend.
All right.
Ditto.
Enjoy your pizzas. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.
See you.